getting brighter, yeah. And it's a good, I won't even worry anymore. Took all my cares, took and kicked them all out the door. Go on and try, come and tell me what you're waiting for. Move and keep them going till your life is overflowing, yeah. I do a dance of victory, 'cause now I'm living good, no I'm not living like I used to be. Now talk about things, talk about my mind. Now I'm free from the words that I left behind. I gotta jump for joy and shout aloud and make a sound. Oh, the world can stop me now, no. And on the music I will ride on the beat. Play my guitar, I won't stop on my feet, yeah. I gotta celebrate life and get excited about good times and good living. Come on, shout it out, hey! Take it up, take it over, take it out of control. Today I'm freeing my soul and now you got me singing, oh, hey, I'm feeling fine.
Hello and welcome to the IRT Network. The 2018 Lewis Drug Pro-Am quarterfinals are getting ready to start, and we have a great match, ladies and gentlemen. Alvaro Beltran, the number 3 ranked player in this tournament, taking on Sebastian Franco, the number 6 ranked player. And trust me, the draws are right there. All right, there you go. Take a look at how they got there. Alvaro beat Gerardo Franco earlier today to get into the quarters. Franco had a great match over Bredenbeck. We're going to be back in just a moment with some great racquetball action live from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This is the IRT Network.
Over the years, you've given us your trust, your loyalty, and your support. In return, we've worked hard to provide you with the best in pharmacy, easy and convenient shopping, unbeatable buys, and unexpected finds. It's an honor to serve you, to give back to our communities, and to be a part of your neighborhood. Lewis, your first stop for 75 years.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live on the IRT Network all across the world. We're live on Twitch TV, YouTube. We're live on Facebook, and, of course, the IRT Network. And by we, I mean myself, John Scott, and the great Sudsy Monchik. Sudsy joins us now. Sudsy, thanks a lot. This is an exciting match. One of the young guys taking on one of the not-so-young guys.
I wouldn't know anything about that not-so-young guy comment, but no, this should be a great match. Two great players. Obviously, Sebastian's playing fantastic from Colombia, playing one of the great players of all time on the Pro Tour, Alvaro Beltran, and should be fun and exciting.
This is going to be an exciting match, and in Game 2, we're going to have a big announcement to tell everybody about at home. We've been talking about it since last night. Huge news. And it's going to be very exciting, so make sure that you stick around for that. And in the meantime, we've got some great racquetball action. Alva with the drive serve to the backhand side, called short. Scott McClellan, the man with the sheet. Head referee Scott McClellan, one of the best in the business. So, Sudsy, you're doing a lot of coaching. You're doing a lot of training. We haven't seen you here since the U.S. Open, but if you were Sebastian Franco's coach, you've played Alvaro probably as much as just about anybody. What advice, what coaching tips are you going to give Franco to overcome the great Mexican national champion here at the quarterfinals?
I would tell him to do exactly what he's doing here. I would say come out fast, come out smart and aggressive, because Alvaro historically is a slow starter. He kind of plays with that chilled out personality, as you know. So it's actually surprising to see Alvy drive serve here. He's trying to probably fight that slow approach that he usually has. But I would tell Sebastian, be crazy aggressive, controlled chaos, apply as much pressure as possible, and sprint right out of the gate and try to get a big lead.
And, you know, I think that sprinting out of the gate piece is really something we're going to see that we haven't normally seen because of the new format, the 2 out of 3 versus the 3 out of 5. When talking with some of the older, you can't see my air quotes at home, but older players, originally they weren't in favor of this, of going back to 2 out of 3. They kind of like to ease their way into a match a little bit. I think it negatively affects Rocky more than anybody because of his conditioning, and he's kind of got that grinder mentality. But we're seeing everybody's forced to start at 0-0, don't hold back, and go for it.
Yeah, I've been talking about it with a bunch of the guys, and I'm indifferent to it. I think what you said, which is very true and important, is that it will affect positively and negatively different players at different times.
Right.
So to your point with Alvaro, I was talking about it with my wife right before we got on the air, and I asked Alvaro, and to him, being a slow starter, so to speak, it's good and bad, because he feels that if somebody gets a lead on him, or a little bit bigger of a lead, he doesn't feel that sense of urgency that you feel when it's 2-11, because it's bang, bang, bang. Every point is so fast. Every point matters so much. Where at 15, you can almost break the game down into 3 parts, 3 5-point games kind of. I'm getting a little technical here, but so physically and mentally, I personally feel this is a little less stressful physically and mentally, believe it or not. Because 2-11, as you know, boom, you go on a run and it's 7-8-1.
Right.
That game's over. 8-1 right here in this match. You still got plenty of time to get back into it.
One of the other things I like about this is a lot of folks like the long 5-game tiebreakers, 2.5 hours, and on classic matches, that's great. But there was also a lot of 2-hour matches that didn't need to be 2-hour matches. And from the business side, regardless of who the player is, you don't want the top cars in the world just out driving around, because somebody eventually is going to back into that. Same thing with the players. I want them to perform at the beginning through the end at a very high level, but not be on the court for 2 and 3 hours in a single match. I think you increase your liability when you're trying to look out for the players. So there's that piece as well. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I think seeing more tiebreakers is a great thing.
For sure.
And, you take a guy like Franco, who's got a mountain to climb here with Alvaro Beltran. If he wins a game, even if he loses the first, he's still got a fighting chance versus having to claw back and beat a top player 3 times. It's very, very difficult. So I believe we'll see more upsets as we go through the season.
Yeah, there's definitely been some more tiebreakers, and I also like, John, that you're uniforming the sport worldwide. All the international events that I coach at, and I've been to outside of the professional events, they play to 15 also. So it's now everybody's kind of playing the same rules everywhere, which I do like as well.
Well, one of the interesting stats is that we've had the U.S. Open now for 22 years, and in 22 years, think about Sudsy and Cliff and Andy Roberts and all the people, Kane and Rocky and Jack and Jason. In 22 years, there have been 0 5-game finals. There's only been 4 4-game finals.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
It is. We were talking about that too, and as you know, the U.S. Open for us, and usually the best players, if you look who wins that event, they're usually the number 1 ranked player in the world. And the reason is because it's the one event. That was a great serve. That was a missile that also hit this crack. Is we usually are so laser focused and so ready and set. Our whole season mentally and physically revolves around that event. So I said it, the best matches I've ever played in my career are probably Sunday at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hence, usually not too many 5-gamers.
There's a lob Z, kind of a half lob Z. Franco's owning center court right now. I like the pressure that Franco is putting on Alvaro. And there's a good wide pass. Franco staying in the box, serving at 2-5. We're joined by the great Sudsy Monchik, who's
the great John Scott.
Oh, man, I don't know about that.
great, Sudsy. I saw your trip last week look awesome online there. That looked like
That
fun.
was a lot of fun. Snow skiing in Colorado. Oh, there's a great serve into the corner. Alvaro zigged, but Franco zagged, and Alvaro wasn't there to catch that ball. 3-5 is the score here in the first.
Sebastian's a nasty player. I've had a chance to play some doubles with him, and I've seen him be able to turn it on too and bring it to another level, and I've always told him if he could maintain that level, he could absolutely beat anybody in the world.
Yeah, Sebastian, for folks that don't know him and know his game style, is very kind of an under-the-radar player. Very solid player, better than a journeyman, wanting to break back into the top 8. He started the season in the top 8. He had a great win earlier today against Jake Bredenbeck, and he is better than what a lot of people think. He's right on that, just right on the horizon of coming back into the 8s, and he's battling. He and Rocky have had some amazing battles already this season.
Yeah, Sebastian, John, definitely has every tool and every weapon that is needed to succeed at the professional level. To be one of the best players in the world, you have to have weapons, and he definitely has them. You know, starting with the power. When you're on the court with Sebastian, you could feel that ball moving, and it's very flat. I just want to see him. He's got good body language right now. You could see there's some bounce in his step. He's getting low in the rally. He's reacting to the ball really well, and that's the kind of pressure that you would have to put on Alvaro to have a chance.
Absolutely. 3-5. Franco down to the drive serve stance, bringing the heat to the right-hand side. Bad time for a good rollout. Second serve coming up. What's up, Alejandro Herrera? Hope you're having a great day. Thanks a lot for joining us. Drive Z on the second serve. Alvaro into the corner. Franco goes wide. Missed it down the line, but Alvaro was still out of position. And Franco 1 point away from tying this up.
Yeah, that was a good point right there by Sebastian. Alvaro went with his usual great backhand flick pinch to the left corner. He kind of left it up, and he didn't really rip it, and Sebastian stepped up and tried to drive it to end the rally. 3-shot rally. Serve, return, kill.
Sebastian doing a good job catching back up, and this is to Sudsy's point, with a longer game to 15. At 5, he lost his first game to 5, and now he's kind of looking at that second set. It was just 5-0 not too long ago, and Franco finally coming back. Alvaro hasn't been in the service box for a while. 5-4, says Scott McClellan. Hey Gene, thanks a lot for joining us. Thanks for all the support to everybody.
Tell everybody. Share it.
Yeah,
Share
absolutely.
the video. Get it out there. Let's get everybody watching.
We have a match earlier today that had so many shares and so many people watching. It has reached 830,000 people.
That
and
is spectacular.
It was Alvaro's match against the other Franco, Gerardo
so that's
Franco.
a silly move right there. Did you see what Sebastian did?
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of players at home do that at different levels. They kind of anticipate. At the pro level, you can't do that because we have the ability to hold the shot for so long. So as soon as you're out of place, we can make a last split-second decision. This echo is throwing me off. I'm speaking and there's like a delay because you guys are worried I might say something crazy, and I could hear it.
No, the delay's for me.
No, I know. This serve's tough too.
Yeah, this serve is fantastic, especially on glass. That one was out a little bit. We may have an encroachment call. We do. Alvaro hits that perfect. It's very hard to cut off. If you do cut it off, you're going cross court, which is coming right to Alvaro's backhand.
That's what he wants you to do.
Absolutely. Or you go to the ceiling. There's not a lot of options with that serve. And Alvaro's ready for both of them.
Yeah, what he's trying to make you do here is overswing and hit it cross court so he can just step over and repinch it in the left. And he obviously tries to make it land so that you can't cut it off.
Right.
And then he goes to the left.
That's a great lob serve. Alvaro back deep. Wow. Beltran with some textbook serve, return, kill, control rallies. Franco's going to take a timeout. A game of runs right here as Alvaro's up 9-4. More great racquetball action on the way live. This is the IRT Network.
Got a man cold? The dude flu? Trust the pharmacy experts at Lewis. From filling your prescriptions to all the things mom would do, Lewis pharmacists know what you need. Count on Lewis and feel better.
What's the score? All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live on the IRT Network. If you haven't checked out the other Facebook feed, we're live on both courts. Rocky Carson, Alejandro Herrera are playing right behind, Alejandro Landa are playing right behind us. Rocky is down 7-5 in the first.
7-5 para la familia de México, Colombia, Ecuador.
What's up, Luis? Thanks a lot. He says he's watching down in Juarez, Mexico. Had a lot of people today watching from out of the country, including, where were they? Greece, Vietnam, South Korea, the UK. Several people in the UK watching.
Anybody from Poland? You know I'm Polish.
I did know that, Mr. I wonder, never mind.
That's
Alvaro,
perfect racquetball, John.
That is right there. That is just giving Franco a tour of the court and really staying within himself. What makes Alvaro so good is his ability to move around the court efficiently. He doesn't. There's a good ceiling ball. And right now, in his to his defense, everything's kind of fallen in for Alvaro for the most part. Franco's got to take this game, in my opinion, by overcoming the control with power, great serves, and keep Alvaro back behind him.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to execute because Alvaro's not going to just skip balls in or hit really bad, ineffective shots like, maybe some young rookies might do at times. But Alvaro's going to make you earn it. You're going to have to hit the shot. But if you hit it, then you'll score the point, obviously. Notice, too, I think Alvaro recognized that Sebastian's core position right now is a little bit too far forward. So if you see him in front of that 5-foot line, the dotted line, no matter who you're playing, that's a little bit too far ahead. And it looked like to me a couple times he was.
Alvaro's going to cut this off and shoots it right into the floor. Knows he missed an opportunity there. You could probably feel Sebastian breathing down the back of his neck as he was coming to the corner.
Yeah, he doesn't miss that much, Alvy, with the new long beard. He told me he hasn't shaved in 2 days. I don't know how he even does that. Just that slow swing would drive me crazy.
I don't understand the mechanics of like how the ball makes the front wall with swinging that lightly.
So he uses that wrist action that we don't really teach too much. It's kind of an old school way of hitting, but clearly he does it fine. And even there you can see it. He kind of cocks his wrist back, and then by the time he contacts the ball, he's flat where we all want to be. He just happened to master it, over the years doing it his way. A little bit Ruben Gonzalez-ish. See how far forward Sebastian is?
Yeah, he was almost at the front line.
Yeah, Alvaro's going to take crazy advantage of that because he definitely recognizes it. And the pass is the easier shot to hit.
Right. Beltran at 11, serving 4.
11-4, John. Can I speak some Spanish?
I do, un poquito.
Bien. Los gringos aquí.
Sí, hablo español, un poquito.
No, pero tú español es bien.
Sí.
Gracias. Nada más.
4 serving 11.
Good shot. He does that very well on tour with anybody out there. He shoots the ball very well from deep, Sebastian.
Yeah, Sebastian's one of my favorite players to watch. Again, I think he kind of flies under the radar in racquetball stardom, but I think he does it on purpose. He's recently married. He's got a beautiful wife, a beautiful kid. One of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet. Very, very respectful, both on and off the court. High lob serve. Alvaro with a great shot, but Franco picks it up nicely. You think Franco's playing that far forward on his serve because he doesn't have a lot of confidence? He's not hitting very good lob serves, and he knows Alvaro's going to be shooting it?
I've watched Sebastian play a bunch. I've never noticed him to be that far forward. So I don't know if he thinks, Alvaro is going to be pinching more or not. But Alvaro is going to recognize that and try to hit the lines. Like that one, Alvaro tried to go down the line. He missed it, and he got lucky because it cracked out over there. But if Sebastian's too far forward, or no matter who is, we're always going to try to pass you. It's a much easier, higher percentage shot. And these guys at this level can hit passes all day without hitting a skip. I mean, we can count the number of skips these guys on 3 fingers in one game.
Lando's up by 2, 9-7 in the first.
It's a great shot right there.
Alvaro with a great shot. We'll take a look at the draw as we go through. Hey, Javier Mar, he's somewhere around, also watching online.
Javier, we call him the Mexican Superman. Did you know that? Looks like Clark Kent.
He does, actually.
Hola,
he's
Clark Kent.
Big, solid guy. 6-12. Franco's got to put something down right here. He scored 5 straight points and then got stuck in the mud a little bit. Alvaro skips that, giving Sebastian his 7th point. 7-12 in the first.
That's the other thing. Sebastian has a really wicked drive serve, which is one of his weapons. He just needs to learn to actually use it more effectively. He needs to know how to mix it up, which way to go, when to throw a jam, a crack, a Z, and then it makes it that much better.
Lob Z, Alvaro cross court there. Sebastian into the corner. Alvaro tracks it down and a nice shot.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, she's sitting right next to me, watching both matches going on.
She's all right.
Maybe John will let her get on the mic and
you guys should do a husband-wife commentary.
Whenever you want. Yeah,
Absolutely.
She talks a lot. She's very loud.
She's a heckler.
Textbook. Great shot. But again, Sebastian's way far forward. It's a little laziness.
I tell you what, a lot of the points that Sebastian's gotten have been off the skips
of
Alvaro on the backhand side.
Little lazy footwork from Balvi. Kind of standing straight up and just, he sees it's wide open, so I think he mentally and physically gets a little bit lazier.
Loose.
So he misses it, because if he hits it, it's an easy point, because Sebastian's out of position.
Drive serve, backhand side, short serve called.
He's got to limit those a little bit. He's got to limit those shorts, and that's when he's got to know to throw in something a little more high percentage.
Beltran to the ceiling.
He does this
fall
well,
off?
Sebastian.
Yes, it does. But Beltran's covering nicely,
But it was a little lazy, even though he executed. But that's just Alvy.
Interesting. Alvaro just looked like he
wants to shave.
No, it looks like he maybe it was hobbled a little bit there. I'm not sure, but he takes a timeout at 12-7. And as we take a look at the draw, you'll see here that we're in the quarterfinals. Alvaro, Beltran, and Sebastian Franco. The winner of this moves on to play the winner of David Horn and Daniel De La Rosa. The Horn-De La Rosa match will be streamed over on Court 2. You could watch it live on Facebook. So the winner of this plays the winner of that match. And the semifinals, you can see there, are tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Now let's scroll up real quick to the top. Rocky Carson on court right now, taking on Alex Landa. The winner of this moves to the semifinals to play the winner of our next match on this court, which could be fantastic. Sam Murray, who I think is the most improved racquetball player from last year to this year. Sam last year was around 20. This year, he's in the top 7. That's fantastic, and he's moving up greatly. So Sam Murray taking on Rodrigo Montoya is the next match. That could be the match of the entire tournament.
Yeah, I think I saw Montoya play at the Junior Worlds 3 years ago. He won the 18 and under Junior Worlds in the Dominican Republic. And again, talking about tools and weapons, he to me was the most talented with the most upside of all the juniors I saw that year, and even moving forward a little bit. That's tough right there. I don't think he's hobbling now. Trece siete. 13-7. I'm going to fix that scoreboard. I'm doing everything back here. I'm moving
That's
dials, I'm texting, I'm speaking.
Beltran
I don't
shoots
get
that
it.
down the line. When Beltran goes back like that, almost every single time he's going to go down the line. It's very hard to know that if you're Franco. I've seen every Alvy match, I think, for the last 10 years or something like that. But yeah, Franco is getting controlled pretty good right now. There's that serve. Oh, that's a good try, but when you reverse pinch on that serve and you don't put it away, that's going to happen. Beltran takes the first 15-7. Big announcement coming up next. This is the IRT Network.
Over the years, you've given us your trust, your loyalty, and your support. In return, we've worked hard to provide you with the best in pharmacy, easy and convenient shopping, unbeatable buys, and unexpected finds. It's an honor to serve you, to give back to our communities, and to be a part of your neighborhood. Lewis, your first stop for 75 years.
When it comes to the game of life, we're all on the same team. And success comes simply from trying. You don't have to be a celebrated athlete to celebrate being active. And you don't have to be on the field to have your own cheering section. United Healthcare.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live on the IRT Network. John Scott along with Soapy. That's my nickname for him. Sudsy Monchik is joining us. Sudsy, great match so far. Alvaro won the first by a score of 15-7. There's
he's pretty amped up because he just, as he was walking on the court, just kind of looked at me and nodded at his head and like, that's right. 0-0.
0 serving 0. Did Alvaro get that?
He did.
Wow.
He did.
Yeah, I think we may have an appeal right off the bat. Looked like a good serve and a really good shot.
Yeah, it was everything was good there.
Alvaro may have pulled 5 muscles trying to get it, but he got it.
Is he the oldest on tour?
He is the oldest on tour. Unless you include Andy Kolbach.
Well, yeah, that's true. I think I was the oldest in
Were you?
In Minneapolis. That's what I think my wife, the youngest one, told me. I don't know. It's weird. If you watch those replays too, if you're watching at home, Sebastian's still way up.
Yeah.
I'm not
0
sure what he's
serving
thinking.
0.
Nice.
Oh, Alvaro with a good dive. We got a towel timeout. So we've been talking for quite a while about, you know, racquetball, big announcement coming, and one of the great things about what's happening in the sport is a sense of unity, a sense of people coming back together that have been apart for a very long time. Things that partnerships that used to exist that don't. One of the most important pieces of this whole pie is that the manufacturers are working together with the tour, and that we're all trying to take the professional sport and the sport itself to an area that we haven't seen for years. I call it a renaissance in racquetball. And I'm not going to talk about the political side. I'm not going to speculate because the chat box is going to go crazy. But we could not be happier to announce that officially, as of yesterday, Gearbox Racquetball has come back to the IRT. Gearbox is now a partner of the IRT, and they've not been a partner now for several years. I, of course, have been courting Rafael Filippini and that group, who does a fantastic job in the sport, promoting the sport. They have a great line of rackets, great line of bags. They are a fantastic company based out of San Diego, and they're doing different things and have been doing different things in the sport. To have Gearbox Racquetball back in the fold, back as a partner of the IRT, you'll see their commercials, you'll see their court stickers. They'll have their bus here from time to time, more players, the whole thing. To have Gearbox back as a partner on tour is such a great thing for racquetball, because it shows that we're working together. We're trying to do what we can all do collectively to take this to a whole different level, to take the sport, the professional sport, somewhere. And again, having Gearbox back as a partner has very big implications to the IRT, and getting to work with them is just fantastic. So you're going to hear a lot about it as we go through, but special thanks to Gearbox online at gearboxsports.com. And Sudsy, you're a Gearbox player. Franco's a Gearbox player. Alvaro's a Gearbox player, which is obviously why we wanted to make the announcement during this match. But that is absolutely huge for the sport. I could not be more excited to have Gearbox back as a partner for the IRT. That's just fantastic.
Yeah, everybody at Gearbox, we're very excited. It's a no-brainer. Gearbox belongs here. Obviously, we as players, fans, and everybody, we're definitely happy. And we hope it's a long relationship. And anything we at Gearbox can do to help grow the sport, we're going to continue to do that forever.
Yeah, the chat box, obviously, folks are saying, oh, now I'm going back to Gearbox. This is great. You know, and thank you guys for all the kind words. Obviously, and hopefully this could be an opportunity to work closer and closer with the WRT. I don't know if that's going to be a possibility or not, but here's the thing. We're working together to grow the sport of racquetball, to bring it back. You know, last year, when I was at this event thinking about next season, because I was already in negotiations with the tour and purchasing, we knew there was going to be 7 or 8 events, something like that, right? It's 7 or 8 events this coming season, and it was very concerning from a guy who's put his entire life and everything he's ever worked for on the line here. And to go from 7 or 8 events that we knew we would have this season to now 16 Tier 1s and 2 Grand Slams, which we're going to announce the second Grand Slam to end the season later next month, that's fantastic. We're in new places. The tour is growing, and Gearbox recognizes that, and we're only going to be better by having them in and working together. It's fantastic.
It's great for the sport. You know, we all have one agenda right now. We just want to grow the sport. We want to introduce it to new players. We want to reach everybody in any way possible. We want to inspire them. So everybody out there, get them out, introduce them to racquetball. The relationship with Gearbox jumping in is a perfect fit. The things that we're doing at Gearbox, just making amazing strides in the sport on so many different levels, and we continue to. And the vision Rafael has and continues to have, and Joel and the team down there, it really is about the sport and what everyone there and what we can do, you know, behind the scenes and on center stage. So it's an exciting time, and you guys are doing a great job, and it shows, you know, by the partnerships that are jumping in.
You know, one of the things you hear the pro players talk about is we need more money, we need more money, we need, and I get it, right? I know where they're at. And we're going to get back to the match in just a second, but one interesting thing, and probably one of my favorite things that have changed from last season to this season is that at the end of this event, I believe we have surpassed last year's total income purse for all of the players for the entire season. And we still have as many events to go as we had last season. So just some really good things. Just super proud. And again, thank you to everybody who's watching. Thanks for all the kind words. And thanks to all of the partners. And getting to see that Gearbox bus back out there and in the booth and all the great things they do is, again, it's a special day. And getting this is just fantastic. So, guys, you're going to see us getting better and better. Speaking of people getting better and better, Alvaro at 0 serving 8.
Yeah, he's playing
is in
completely
complete control right now.
He looks like the Alvaro before you could call him the older guy. He's just executing perfectly. Anything he's pushing him back with passes or wide angles, and then he's executing the pinch. So it's real simple. You want, when your opponent's in front of you, you want to go down the line across court, get him back. That'll open up the pinch. Then when you're in front, you want to hit and execute the pinch. It's that easy to everyone. You too can be the best player in the world.
Beltran skipped that ball in. He's going to try to sell it to Scott, but he just needed a leisurely stroll. 1 serving 8. That skip gives Sebastian his first point. Let's see if he can build off that. A backhanded lob Z serve. Don't see that too often.
That's those long.
That weird stab that Alvaro has is so good.
It's intentional every single time. You know, he's trying to do that. Is that the newest video camera you've ever seen to the right?
Local NBC affiliates here getting some video as well. Alvaro into the corner. Sebastian dives, can't get it. 2 bounces called.
9-1.
What's up, Andre Perilla? Hope you're doing well. Sorry that you're not here. We can't wait to have you back
Andre,
on the courts.
¿Dónde estás, Paria? ¿Por qué no estás aquí?
Alvaro with a behind-the-back shot that was very effective. Now short hops down the line, and boy, he's looking good.
He looks really relaxed.
Very solid.
And you know, the problem too, though, John, is that Sebastian's playing right into Alvaro's game. This is the exact way Alvaro wants you to play to him. Start taking some silly shots. Alvaro up front can re-kill, and he's doing just that.
Alex Landover in the other court serving at 14-13 in the first.
1 serving 10 here in game 2. Sebastian's got a lot of work, but again, because it goes to 15, he's still in it. If this game was to 11, you know, we'd be talking about the Alex and Rocky match on the other court.
Again, that match is also live on the IRT, or excuse me, on the International Racquetball Tour Facebook page. Just search International Racquetball Tour. Like the page if you don't already, so you can get updates and notifications. And if you haven't shared this, please do. Showing our supporters that you guys are sharing means that you guys are caring, and I know that that is super cliche, but I'm going to start saying that a lot because I like it.
I don't think you're the first one to ever say that, but it's got a nice ring to it. See, Alvaro wants Sebastian to be impatient here. That was not impatient, just a bad shot. Sorry, Sebastian, but you know it was too. That's why you're shaking your head.
Hey, Greg Peck, thanks a lot for the kind words.
Greg Peck, what's up, buddy? Gonna miss you next week out in that beautiful, sunny South Florida. Enjoy.
10 serving 3. We've got 4 matches to bring you here on the feature court, or stadium court rather. 4 matches on the feature court, 2 singles, 2 doubles. Alvaro back deep, goes to the ceiling. Sebastian, can he shoot it? Yes, he can. Down the line. Alvaro's there with a nice get. Sebastian with a jump fly kill. I think that's the proper description of whatever that was.
It was a jump fly kill, but he better execute that because he's a point or 2 away from being done. So if I was his coach and he looked at me right there, I probably would have just shook my head and said, "You're lucky." Very low percentage. I think he was trying to roll it out from 39 feet. And that's exactly what Alvaro wanted him to do.
High lob serve. Franco, oh wow, what a great shot. 14-14 over on the other court. If you're probably watching both. Most people, I'm sure, are watching both right now.
I am.
I am.
We both are. As long as
Alvaro
one
down the line.
Just again,
Yeah.
take a look at that, John. You're learning a lot.
he's-
Can we go to a replay, or is it no good because we gotta?
We
stay
can.
live?
We just got to have a spot.
Yeah. So watch that point. The side out at 10-3. I just want everyone at home to be able to see what I'm talking about and how many times Alvaro has taken advantage of that. Charlie Pratt, what's up, bud? We were going to be partners, but we weren't because couldn't make it.
We got that replay queued up if we get a moment. A 10 serving 3.
See, so Alvaro's going to try to force Sebastian to take a bad low percentage shot.
He's going to have
and
to
he
go.
didn't.
Yep. Oh, that's a good ceiling ball. Now Sebastian has an opportunity, and that's about as good as he can hope for off that serve. But now he's all on defense. Alvaro will go into the corner, keeping Sebastian behind him. And I like how he creates the space right there. He puts himself in front of Sebastian. He doesn't hold up. A lot of players would. He takes a nice, easy swing, and Sebastian is out of the box and unable to get to it.
For any of our viewers that have ever played basketball, what do we teach you? Ball you man. It's the same thing in racquetball. I want to put my body between you and the ball whenever I get a chance. It's just not, you're going to have to play more aggressive. You're going to have to swing through. You can't be trying to just hands everything in.
Lando won the first.
12-3. Beltran. See that? He should have been
Alvaro's got a plum here. Man, that's just too easy.
He really does. He just makes it look like he's chilling out there, and he's just burying reverse pinches like he's drinking tequila shots. Not that I've ever had a tequila shot with Alvaro.
Sebastian catches the midway back sidewall rollout. Very hard to do.
Yeah, that's not something we practice.
For those just joining us and asking, Gearbox Racquetball and the IRT have announced a new partnership. Gearbox has not been a partner of the IRT in quite some time, and we are excited to have Gearbox back in as a part of the tour. I think it has something to do with all the people watching. We've today, right before we went on, and I'm going to go back and look at it to make sure I'm not lying to myself, because it's a big number. Today, our reach, or from last night to today, is 2.025 million people. So almost, just north of 2 million people have been reached.
Athlete page, please.
Sure.
My website.
Just
Pretty
over
impressive.
2 million people have been reached and seen racquetball in the last 24 hours.
I don't think Alvy's missed
That's crazy.
that. Those numbers are insane. Probably the only thing above Alvaro killing that left corner pinch. Alvaro played perfect. He just executed every shot, and he made it look real easy, but I promise it wasn't that easy. Sebastian's a great player, and Alvaro executed every shot he needed to.
Yeah, absolutely. And going off the air, we're going to take a break, and we're going to take a look at this instant replay real quick.
So, yeah, what I was trying to explain, is this the pass that we're looking at?
I believe so.
Yeah, so what I saw happen a lot today, and I think Alvaro totally exploited Sebastian's core position. I would love to ask Alvaro real quick, but it looks like Alvaro was, Sebastian. Nope, that wasn't
That's
the one.
not the one.
All right, that was a nice shot, Sebastian.
That was it right there, though, I think. Yeah, go back a little further to this serve right here. There you go. Play that. We'll get it.
John, you're like a robot.
Hey, I do what I can.
Did you feel him way far up? Did you feel he was way up? Really? Okay, so watch Sebastian right here after he serves. Let's see where his core position goes to. So he kind of comes out of the box, but look where he is. He's so far up. He had no urgency to get back. And Alvaro, I think, recognized that, so he made it look easy because he's going for the high percentage pass or down the line. From back there, you don't have to kill it. You just got to execute a good down the line across court. And I just asked Alvaro, when you muted me for a second, he said he did realize that Sebastian was playing way too far forward. So sometimes even the best against the best can make it look easy if one of the slightest things about your game is off, because we're going to recognize that, we're going to exploit it, we're going to take advantage of it.
And we're going to take a break as well. We're going to cut the feed and be back in just a few minutes. Sam Murray, Rodrigo Montoya coming up next right here on the IRT Network.
Do you want to be a better racquetball player? Fran Davis can and will make you a better player. Guaranteed. Pro or beginner and every level in between. Paula Longoria, Rocky Carson, and legends Jason Menino and Sudsy Monchek all use her proven systems to be a better racquetball player and champion. Check out her book, DVD, camps, coaching sessions, and video analysis, all at FranDavisRacquetball.com.